Word, son. What do you do, YouTube? It's your boy, Jay Divine. All right, man. Before we get into this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word spread links because you know how I do. If you haven't already, you hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. Without further ado, let's get up into it. All right, man. So here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another installation of NCAA football. This time we are doing 2008. This time with the classic Boise State on the cover. Of course, you know they had the iconic blue field. But yeah, I went on ahead and loaded this up, man. And I do remember playing NCAA 08 a lot on PS3 at the time. I did have it on. Yeah, I think I did have it on PS3, but this was pretty much like after like the fact of I think NCAA 09 came out. So a lot of the times where like, I was calling myself playing catch up with a lot of the games that I didn't get a chance to play whenever I first did get a PS3. So I went back, did a little homework, and I had Madden 08 and NCAA 08. So of course I went to my local GameStop, and of course you know all the old sports games of course were like pennies to $1 or pennies on the dollar. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and just get that. So I think I picked them up for like 50 cents a piece, and then went on ahead and just picked it up and started playing it. And yeah, NCAA 08 I definitely do remember playing a lot. I remember I didn't have at the time I didn't know how to get named rosters, so I remember like my friend, he was like a big Florida Gators fan like I am, so the only person that he knew on the team was two people he knew. It was Tim Tebow and Percy Harvest, so of course 15 and number 1. But everybody else either had their generic names or either they didn't have names, they just had their numbers. But as far as gameplay goes, man, it's a step up from NCAA 07. The AI doesn't feel cheesy per se, but they are a lot smarter. Like in NCAA 07, I was just running a whole lot of cover 3 and I was just playing things with the safety. But now, you kind of got to mix up the different coverages and stuff like that. And, you have to. And of course, just the coverages like per usual, like they're supposed to. One of the things that they did add was the chutes and ladders, or the hook and ladder, whatever they call it. I think it's called the hook and ladder. The Boise State played that won them that Tostitos Bowl that year. They got that on there, and they added a bunch more things on as far as playbooks go. But as far as the gameplay goes, man, they added the QB vision cone. They added the ability to, of course, the hit sticks and stuff are there. What else is there? I mean, shoot, there's a lot of things that they've added, man. The player momentum thing, where it's like you have players that, of course, hot, cold, or then whenever they get hot, they have this thing called a momentum boost or whatever. So if that player that's hot or in the zone, if he happens to score or makes a big play, then everybody on the team gets a motivation boost around them. So yeah, it was pretty interesting, man, to go back and play this, man, just to see how different the gameplay stemmed from NCAA 07. And speaking of NCAA 07, if you guys could actually tell, in the menu, they actually now have you sitting inside of, like, I would call it like a shrine. That's what they call it. It's called a shrine now. So now they have it to where any bowls that you win, any achievements that you happen to get, whether it's with the players or anything of that nature, you'll see it inside of the trophy case inside of your shrine. And also in the top in the right hand corners, you can see up there, you can also see that at any given point in time, if you were to save any screenshots from the game, or if you have any highlights that you saved, all of that will be playing up there in that screen, and you'll have your screenshots sitting up top. So like I said, NCAA 07 was very bare bones per se, but when they went to 07 to 08, you saw how they pretty much just changed all that up. So I thought that was a pretty cool addition going into or when you first load up NCAA 08, I thought that was a pretty cool addition. One thing I did notice a lot too was on 360 ran a lot better. 360 ran these games a lot better because I had a PS3, so my friend at the time had a 360, so we used to always go back and forth about which console was better. Now of course I got a PS3, so I'm not going to I'm gonna go to bat for my PS3 people, you know what I mean? But at the time 360 kind of really was running things at the time, but I was too bullheaded and naive to actually know that. But the frames on here are smooth, you know what I mean? There's there was a few stutters and a few hitches, but of course it's dated, what can you do? But at that time it ran pretty well. But as far as gameplay goes, man, it was kind of fun. It was challenging, but I did have fun. I really did. As far as the gameplay goes, or game modes go, of course we still have the regular basic mini games that are still there. Campus Legend actually came to or Road to Glory. Road to Glory came to or did they call it, what is it, Campus Legend, or whichever one they call it. I think they called it Campus Legend before they went to Road to Glory, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But they added that mode, and of course, you start as a high school player. You pick a position or whatever, you name your school or whatever. You pick the type of player or archetype you're going to be, and then you pretty much just run through the playoffs. And then from your high school, of course, you run through the playoffs, and it was super easy. I was just running through stuff. You know what I mean? I don't think you're able to change the difficulty. I'm not sure, but I was just pretty much running through the entire defense. Like, they couldn't stop me. I was a running back with the speed. You know how that go. You know what I'm saying? So you do that, and then of course you could either do that, or you could actually make a new campus legend or existing campus legend, if you will, with any existing players that are in the NCAA or that are in college at that time. So you could do that, and just work your way through your high school. Get your offers and stuff like that. Play on the team, and then you got your campus legend. So that was a pretty new addition to NCAA altogether, which kind of was the catalyst for things to come. Dynasty mode came back as well. Dynasty mode came back, and they had added a few new things as far as the prospect database. Of course, they had the pipeline per usual. They also had this thing where you could look at your school to see, how your school was how prestigious your school was. And you can make promises to different recruits during the off season as to, what things you're going to promise them or what things that they're looking at. So recruiting became a little bit more articulate, if you will. It became a little bit more, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It became a lot more detailed, but of course, in baby steps. But from 07 to 08, it became a little bit more detailed and added that ability to actually be able to recruit or be able to pretty much hone in on different recruits or prospects that you wanted to come to your team. And you could also even create a prospect if you wanted to. That's the wild part. But they also even integrated ESPN as far as the storylines and the news go. So if you got any screenshots, I'm pretty sure they probably use screenshots. They probably already got some already doctored inside of the game already. But they integrated ESPN for the first time in NCAA that year, starting that year. And the actual storyline central, as you can see, has, more or less ESPN tied into it. So again, like I said, NCAA 07 was very bare bones, but NCAA 08, they were really trying to differentiate themselves from 07. But yeah, man, other than that, NCAA 08, man, it was pretty decent. It was pretty decent. One of the things that threw me off was like how the AI kind of throws me off a bit. You know what I mean? Like, as you can see in this gameplay right here, the AI kind of throws me off a bit because it's like, either they're gonna go with the flow or they're gonna kind of just dumb out and do their own thing. As far as the teams and stuff, of course, LSU, that was the team back then. You know what I mean? Gators were good too, but LSU, they wasn't nothing to be played with. You know what I'm saying? But as far as NCAA goes, as a whole game, comparing to NCAA 07, I would say it was a step up, and that was the kind of the thing that I liked about games back then, where it was like each year they always tried to push the envelope each year to progress and make themselves great, which that was something that I wish EA would continue to do. Now, of course, with College Football 25 coming out, we have NCAA Football 14 and then College Football 25. We have those two to compare to. We can't really compare Madden 25 to College Football 25 because, of course, it's just a reskin. You know what I mean? We kind of got to look at NCAA 14 and then College Football 25 and really make that comparison. But that should be pretty much night and day because, of course, one is 2 or 3 generations. Was it 2 or 3? Yes, like maybe 2 consoles behind versus where we are now. You know what I mean? So there's a whole lot that you can say that has been improved from NCAA 14 over to College Football 25 because it's been, Jesus, what, like 10 years almost, 10, almost 11 years. So, do as you will with that. But yeah, I like the fact that back then, whenever it came to the next installation of NCAA, they always pushed the envelope to become better. They always went forward with more features or better mechanics or just different things overall in general to make it stand out from the last game. And when you bought it, you felt like you actually got a brand new game. Can't really say that nowadays, but honestly, that's how I felt when I went from 07 to 08. But But yeah, man, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm going to get up out of here. I know a lot of y'all in the comments are saying like, do 06, do NCAA 06, but honestly, y'all, I got a 360 and it is backwards compatible with NCAA 06. The only problem is when I tried to do it, it ran like super slow mo. It ran very, very terrible. It ran awful. And I don't want to go out of my way to get an original OG Xbox. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have any lying around or whatever that y'all want to donate, hey, by all means, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. Let me know what y'all got going on. But other than that, I don't want to go out of my way to get an OG Xbox. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I kind of want to keep it to like the PS3 and 360s of the 360 versions of NCAA, or if we do Madden or whatever. I want to keep it to that. But yeah, I just want to just go through and like see how they progressed throughout the years, but I just want to keep it on 360 and PS3s for right now. Of course, PS2, that's always going to be the top tier, top notch of college football games. That's always going to be the best edition, whether it's Madden or NCAA. Those are always going to be the best editions. But yeah, like I said, man, I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure to like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread links, because you know how I do. Damn, did I say thank y'all? Oh, well, if I didn't say it already, I'll say it one more time. Appreciate a little support y'all showing the videos, man. Most definitely. I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure to like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread links, because you know how I do. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Divine, and I'm signing out. Peace.